All right, everybody. Once again, February 17th, 2018, 1:21 p.m. All right, so let's talk about this winter issue we are going to have, winter storm issue. I should be more specific with for the Northeast, which will be beginning tonight, early evening. Already starting in some areas of lower Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky. You can clearly see we have a bit of rain going on in the western part of Tennessee, Arkansas, Missouri, Illinois, Mississippi, Alabama. There's a big system here dropping rain as we speak, but the issue is going to be for the Northeast with the snow. Now, the accumulations have changed a bit. Most of the Northeast will see 3 to 6 inches. The upper elevations will get more than that. So this will be oh my God, what is wrong with me today? A significant snow dump in some areas, but it's going to be fairly quickly. Now this again starts tonight. You're gonna see it move up into this area, into the southern west parts of Pennsylvania, then make its way to mid-Pennsylvania, and then as we get into Monday, that's when most of the snow will be hitting areas of New York and the Delaware areas, New Jersey, Massachusetts especially might get some significant snow, and then on to New Hampshire and Vermont will also, higher elevations will certainly get snow. Now I'm going to bring you to the higher elevation chart here first just to show you the pattern of this. Now as I move through here, you can see I'm set for Saturday. This is current time right now. These are 6-hour intervals, so this is Saturday also. You can see that rain that we just talked about moving through Tennessee and the Arkansas, Mississippi, Alabama areas, a little bit up through Kentucky. West Virginia, you will get a significant snowfall from this. Up to 8 inches I saw in some areas. Now I have a picture brought up as well. We can get some accumulation ideas here. But you see this gray here. This is in the western or eastern part of West Virginia. 3 to 6 inches, that is basic ground level. And then higher elevations could see upwards of 8 inches. Now this is through Monday, so this is what's coming. This isn't what's happening right now. Again, this system is down in the Tennessee, Arkansas, Kentucky-ish areas, maybe above Alabama and Mississippi. But it's certainly moving up into the Northeast, and we are going to see some significant snowfall. Again, this was supposed to be a mostly coastal issue. It has a little bit of a shift because of our jet stream, of course. That is always the factor in our weather here in the U.S., especially in the winter when it comes to the Great Lakes areas and the Northeast in the month of February. Now, also, areas of Boston, you see these gray areas. Higher elevations there, you could see 8+ inches. But an average of 3 to 6 in Boston through Monday. 1 to 3 in Albany we see. Syracuse, Buffalo is closer to that 1 to 3 range. This isn't so much of a lake effect issue because the system is moving south to north rather than coming down from Canada over the Great Lakes. That's when we usually see those big snow dumps in areas of Buffalo and Erie and Watertown. So this is what to expect basically Sunday going into Monday. So it's going to be a quick one. It's going to be in and out, and then it's going to be followed by mild temperatures again, guys. We're getting a little bit more warm weather. We have some temperature readings in Pittsburgh Tuesday, Wednesday, could push 70 degrees. So this is what usually happens. I don't want to say usually, but you see these big drastic temperature changes and weather changes as you are moving into those early months of spring. Obviously, spring is not until May. Or April rather, whenever spring starts. I'm actually losing my mind over this stuff lately because I don't know whether it's winter or spring starting, and then you have Groundhog's Day, which messes you all up because you think there's 6 more weeks of winter when really it's just whatever day of the week it is. That's what he sees, his shadow, or he doesn't see it. So it really doesn't matter. But you know what? It's still fun. It's a holiday. What are you going to do? Anyway, so here is through Monday. Now let's get back to tropical tidbits so we can look at how this is actually forming and moving across the U.S. So right here we are at Sunday. So now you're going to see this move up. It doesn't look like much from this chart, but I have another chart pulled up that gives you the actual snowfall and rain. There will be rain to the south, basically south of Nashville will get rain. And then a pretty significant system looks like to be forming and heading our way around February 23rd. You'll see it start over the west areas of Texas and Louisiana here, and then that wants to move up, and that could meet with a jet stream dip. So that may or may not be another snow issue. It could be a big rain situation. Again, it's all about timing. It's all about how much cold air is allowed to be dropped in by our jet stream from Canada. Again, we are moving in towards the mid to late time of February when the time this system moves through. So again, it's a hit or miss situation. If you guys remember, those of you that are old enough, we've had blizzards on Easter. We've had blizzards in April, basically. So just because the months of April pop up, that does not mean that the winter weather is over. It just means that it's making its transition. Again, it's a hit or miss. It all depends on daily updates, which is why I do this. We do have a low pressure up here, high pressure in the Bermuda Atlantic. That is what's keeping this system up into the northeast. So I'm going to move forward here. You can see we get into the 6th hour of Sunday, or the 12th hour of Sunday, rather. And then you see that this is basically what we're going to be dealing with. And again, this chart doesn't give it much justice, but again, I wanted to give you the higher elevation view. And I also want to show you, once that passes through, this will more likely be a rainmaker because you have those upswings. We have the high pressure here, keeping that cold air pressed up into Canada. So this is going to be certainly rain. And then as we move forward, you get that over there. Now that's my little bit of concern. When we have the low pressure there and then you see these lines dipping down, that's what allows the cold air to continue to move into the northeast. So this may be a Great Lakes situation. You can see those purple colors over northern New York and that little western north tip of Pennsylvania, and then back into Ohio and the Indiana area, and then of course Michigan's up in there as well. So again, this is all going to depend on our jet stream. But as we move into the 23rd, this is what I am talking about. So again, this is far out. This may change. It probably will change to the left or to the right, but it will be a system nonetheless. Now again, you see these dips. These lines here are dips in the jet stream. So that's going to allow cold air down, but you can see that those low lines almost cut off right around here. So what we're hoping for is that the high pressure here in the Atlantic is going to keep this warm air from the Gulf flowing up and around. You can kind of see how weather moves around these high pressures. This is exactly what we talk about during hurricane season. This is why hurricanes come off the west side of Africa here, and they move along that western belt, and they are pressed down. They are kept down in this area until they reach the Leeward Islands and then up to the Bahamas and Cuba, or they could go underneath into the Gulf. It's all about the high pressure in the Bermuda Atlantic and then how low we get our jet stream. So all these different factors are playing roles in our weather, and I always make that a point in my videos because weather doesn't just get to pick and choose where it goes. These systems are created, and then higher level winds and pressures are what controls them and forces them into certain directions. So just to give you a little recap on that, the Atlantic Ocean plays a big role in why weather is always being pushed up into the northeast, especially in the month of February, and that's why we get a lot of our significant snowstorms in February. So let's move forward here. You can clearly see that this system as of now is going to cover the entire northeast. Not one state is not going to be affected by this as of right now. Again, we are looking at the 23rd, so this may change. This is about 7 days out from now. And then after that, it's a coin toss. I don't even want to go into anything after that, but right now the concern is this snow. Here is the closer model. Now this is what is going to be happening over the next couple days. Today is the 17th. I have a set for the 17th. So this is basically right now as we speak. Like I said, significant rain falling right now in Tennessee. All the green you see here is rain, and then these blue colors are where it's a little bit colder, where you could start to see the snow. Now let's move forward. This is 6-hour increments. You can see it's moving up very quickly. That high pressure in the Bermuda Atlantic is pressing it against the coast, not allowing it into the Atlantic Ocean. And this is when the snow will begin. Actually, that's not true. The snow will actually begin tonight. Actually, the area I'm in, I'm a little bit close to Philadelphia right now. We're expected to get our snow beginning around 4:30, 5 o'clock tonight. Through 7 or 8 p.m. So again, this is going to be quick. It's going to move fast, but it's going to dump a decent amount of snow. I think the area I'm in right now is going to get 3 inches, Hopefully it won't be that much, but we may also get touched by this rain, so some of it may be washed out. But as we move forward here, this is the beginning of Sunday. This is where the higher elevations of Pennsylvania need to be on alert. You can see back here into Illinois and the Great Lakes, Indiana, Michigan. This is when you should be on watch for the snow as well. And then as we move into the second half of Sunday, you can see that the entire area of New York, we have not Delaware, with New Jersey, Connecticut, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, Vermont, and New Hampshire all covered in the blue frozen colors. That's why we have those dips going on. That's where the snow is going to be. And that also relates to our picture here of why you're going to see on Monday, by the time we get into Monday, these 3 to 6 inches in Boston, 1 to 3 Albany, 1 to 3 in Baltimore. That's all because this is being pressed against the coast because of that high pressure. Now, before a couple days ago, that high pressure was a lot closer to the east side of the Atlantic Ocean, allowing this to only be strips of snow along the coast. So that has changed over time, and that just goes to show you why I talk about that all the time. And I don't make any guarantees, but this is a pretty safe bet as of right now because we are literally a day away from this. You can be pretty certain that these are going to be some of the snowfalls that you see. Again, higher elevations get more snow. So if you're above sea level, you're going to get more snow than areas below you. So that's just the way it works. The higher you are, the thinner the air, the colder it gets. It's that simple. You do see some light blue areas near the east sides of the Great Lakes here. There will be some snowfall there, but the main concern, again, is the northeast. It's going to be a quick storm, but it's going to dump a significant amount of snow. But the good thing about it is right after that, we get the warm weather. It'll melt away quick, but it's just going to be those travel issues. And again, it's falling on a Monday. This Monday happens to be a holiday, so I don't know if many of you will be working anyway, so it could be a bittersweet situation. Maybe you'll get to actually enjoy this snow for once, rather than having to travel through it. So again, here are the main areas. West Virginia, 3 to 6, higher elevations, we'll see those 8s. There could be 8 inches in some of these areas too, guys. It all depends on how high up you are. There are areas in northeast Pennsylvania that are 9 to 1,000 feet above sea level that get 3 inches more snow than you would see just 200 feet lower, and that happens in the area I happen to live in. We will get 4 or 5 inches of snow, and then you can drive 3 blocks down into the valley and they have an inch. It's really that drastic of a difference. And we also see those drastic changes along the east sides of the Great Lakes because of the lake effect snow situations. Again, this is not a lake effect snow because this is a system moving up from the south, rather than a system moving across the Great Lakes as a jet stream dip is meeting with it. So that's the information for this weekend. So basically, if you live in the Northeast, prepare for this. Long Island as well. You are not out of this. You will see snow. It's a bit windier on Long Island, so you may get some of those whiteout conditions with the wind blowing the snow around. That will also make some areas look like it got more snow when the snow is blown into certain areas. But again, the main number here, I believe, will be a 1 to 3, maybe a 2 to 4. Higher elevations, possibly 6. Again, these gray areas are what you really want to look out for. Some of these gray areas may change over the next couple hours or in a day. So I will update on this as well. But that's what we have for now, guys. So Northeast, be prepared. Anything south of Tennessee, you will see rain. This line right here, Roanoke and Richmond, you may get rain from this. I don't see much snow in the areas, and the southern parts of Delaware and Maryland, you will see snow more than likely. I think you will not be a rain issue. This will be snow for you. And then, of course, Baltimore, Philadelphia, New York, snow, snow, and snow. So there you go, guys. That's it for the weekend, at least through Monday. I will bring updates, and I will have another video later today about some other topics. So thanks for hanging out, guys. I hope you're having a great weekend, and I'll talk to you all very soon. Bye-bye.